So a few years ago, I decided to change my logo from this to this. And when I decided to change the logo, I also decided to hand draw an entire font for my brand. And look, personally, if it was up to me and it didn't actually have to be that legible, I would just keep it the same. But in the last year or so, I've been using it a bit more for YouTube videos and Instagram posts and all of that jargon. And I've realized it's not very readable, unfortunately. And personally, if it was up to me and reading legibility was not a factor, this font would be perfect. But unfortunately, people have to read it because it's being used in social media, it's being used for thumbnails, all that stuff. So I think this needs a slight redesign. So I think it may now be time for me to take on the overly time-consuming task and redo my font, hand draw it, retrace it all in Illustrator, some program. Hopefully it's legible by the end of this video. Stage 1 is research. This one here, Fonts in Use, is a really awesome website which shows you actual examples of fonts being used. For example, if I click on Futura, because obviously it's the best one, it just gives you all of these different examples. You've got TV, books, prints, album covers, and all these other ones. So I'm only going to use this and then pin them onto a Pinterest board, of course. I also looked at some other ones called Typewolf and I Love Typography for some more inspo, but this was mainly Fonts in Use, I'm gonna be honest. Stage 2 is concept development. I'm just going to sketch out some common words and letters that I would normally use in my work. The main goal I'm searching for is just to make it a bit more readable. I think my last font had a bit too many squiggly lines and things like that. And it was really fun and cute, but I think it was just a bit tricky to read, which kind of ruined, you know, the main point of what I wanted the font to be. Ideally, I do want to keep the look pretty similar to what I had before, but I just sort of want to do a more cleaned up version, but keep the same feel. And stage 3 is coming up with the final design. Okay, so this is the long bit. There probably are some other stages, but I kind of just crammed them all into this one. I've now got to settle on what design I want and then create the whole alphabet plus numbers and characters. So I ended up doing GIMP for the first part because I actually don't have access to Illustrator anymore on my laptop. Turns out they actually don't do vector-based illustrations, or I'm just stupid. I could be really stupid. So what I did is basically traced it all on GIMP. Then once I had access to a computer that had Illustrator on it, I basically traced it all on Illustrator and then that created a vectorized font for me. From there, I downloaded the basic template from Calligrapher, which is the free version, and then I dragged all of the letters into place. And once you've done that, for some reason, you have to print it out and then take a photo, which is just what I'm doing here. Then you re-upload it back to the website. I know it's a very complicated process. And then it creates the font for you. The first project that I actually used it on was these mystery bags and boxes that I was using for the Fitzroy Rose Street Market. And I think it turned out pretty cute. Hi there. It's been about 2 months since I last filmed something. This video has taken a lot longer than I actually anticipated to make. But I did finish the font. I will, oh, is it gonna focus on my face? Maybe. I will put it here for you to see it. Yeah, I was kind of hesitant to actually film this last part, which is probably why it took so long, because I was gonna just scrap the entire video because I thought that there really wasn't much, you know, for people to gain from this. I like finished it and I was like, this actually looks really, really similar to my previous one. Like nothing really changed at all. I just made it a little bit simpler, which was the intent. But I think when I started making this video, I thought that I'd be able to do a bit more with it. But then I kind of got lazy or demotivated somewhere in the middle of filming and ended up getting like basically no footage. But I wanted to post it anyway, because I was just looking at the footage. Like I had my DaVinci file up and there was like 2 minutes of stuff and I was like, okay, this isn't much, but I want to work with it. I do want to post stuff. I want to get into the habit of just posting, even if it's not perfect and I'm not 100% happy with it. just because I think it's good practice. Oh, there's a plane. And I needed to just finish this so I could move on to the next thing, because I have such a bad habit of starting all of these little things and then they never get finished, and I just have all these half-finished projects lying around everywhere. But in terms of the font, I mean, I do think that I did achieve my goal of what I actually wanted with the font. I think I just expected myself to come up with something a little bit different, but that's okay. You know, I wouldn't say this was a fail, but I wouldn't say it was a major success. So it's something that I did, and I'm content with it. I'm okay with it. I will be using it from now on. I'm currently using it in my mystery boxes that I was selling at Rose Street Market, and I have 2 more markets coming up this month. One in Coburg, the Coburg Makers Market I think it's called, and then Young Husband in Kensington. Doing some more local ones at the moment. I don't know if I can say yet, but I have gotten into another market, a big one, at the end of the year in Melbourne. Okay, let's wrap this up because I'm getting so off topic. Honestly, I think the main lesson, for me at least, from this whole video, from this whole experience, was I just need to learn to just get on with things. And I need to learn to stop sitting on things and just do them. These last few months, it's been bad. I think being winter also is not really helping, but that is all. I hope if you get anything out of this video, it's the fact that if you've got anything that you've just left, and it's just any creative project that you haven't wanted to finish, or you haven't thought about for ages, I encourage you to have a look at it and try to do some work on it. Maybe even just try to quickly finish it just to get it over with, so then it's kind of cleared from your mind and you have more of a fresh start when you actually go to other things and it isn't just lingering there. That's my main issue, is I will start a million things, but I can't really put all of my attention into one thing because I have just so many ideas. Even if you can just finish one creative task, give yourself a pat on the back, because it is so hard. I struggle with it so much. But I think that's it. I will see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell, do all that other stuff that I have forgotten that helps the algorithm. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.